Shalom. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles, and those a great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Salakia. I'm a warrior from Modesto, California. Israelite camp, which is it's just me and the brother Zakaria. Been out here doing it for quite some time. A little bit of time, I should say. Not that much. But um let's go over here because I was gonna speak about this. Oh my god, bro, cut it out. So why isn't it coming up? Am I spelling this wrong? Oh boy, I think I'm spelling this wrong. Hold on a second. So I can bear with me here. Oh, okay. So oh yeah. So 2 Peter 3:10 it says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" That's why it's hasting. It says, "Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwells righteousness." So, there's a lot going in on this right here, and the thing that I wanted to focus on was where it says looking for and hasting unto. All right, because in the scriptures it tells you that his word does not go out void, but will accomplish the thing that that it's set out to do. So by us actually putting out this information, we're actually hasting the coming of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, as this thing gets out there, because it tells you in the scriptures that this word must go throughout the four corners of the earth, and the elect got to be sealed, and then the end shall come. And so while we're preaching this word, we're revealing Esau, Edom, the wicked, all right, which is actually hasting and bringing forth, these prophecies, all right, through our preaching of the word, all right, because it's revealing, you know, the truth, all right. Let's see, Isaiah 25:7. It says, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." All right. And you know, so through, you know, us preaching the word, man, we are actually bringing this to pass. All right, we are dismantling, these different lies and deceptions that have been spread throughout the four corners of the earth. It tells you in the scriptures that Esau would deceive the nations. All right, so all this confusion that's going on it's Esau, Edom sowing all this confusion. All right, into the world. The word, Babylon literally means confusion. When you go into the word Babel, literally means confusion. And so us preaching the word, all right, we're destroying the face of the covering cast over all these people and the veil that is spread over all nations, because Esau pulled the wool over their eyes, man, so to speak. All right, he's deceived them. All right, pull the fast one. He's confounded these nations. All right, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, the men of the Lord pushing this word. The prophets pushing this word, starting with the apostles, now there's a great millstone. All right, all these lies and deceits, all right, are being revealed. All these things are being revealed, and it starts with the word of Yahweh by Shemel Shai. All right, going back to when this thing first started back in the 60s, where even in the scriptures it tells you, "From thence shall I bring thee down." You know, so and that's when this place really started to go down. Is when the word started to be pushed and started to get pushed out. The true doctrine started to be pushed. Is when Babylon started to fall. All right. Let me see. So 2 Corinthians 10:4, it says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh by Shai to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh by Shai, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled." right? So, when the word is gone out and our job is done, then that's when judgment goes out. That's when the vengeance comes. All right. When this word is taken out, that means the elect are sealed, and the Lord's going to allow the angels to release those winds of destruction. All right, but the weapons of our warfare are what? The truth. That's why it tells you in the scriptures, Esau, he's going to make a man an offender for a word. He wants to get rid of us. Like, he wants to do away with the Bible. He wants to, going back to Psalms 83, he wants to do away with Israel. All right. But us preaching this word is making things happen too fast for Esau to keep up with. That's why Revelation 12 and 12 is going to happen. He's going to come down having great wrath because he knows he has a short time. He sees the Israelites waking up. All right. He's trying to suppress the word as much as he can, but this word is going out. And with this word going out, it's all about revealing the truth and revealing the wickedness of Esau. That this man is the son of perdition. That he's the wicked, that he's the devil. All right, he's a thief and a liar and a murderer. You know, and so that's what's being presented, and that's why this guy's being backed up into a corner. Everybody's like, man, this guy is the devil, right? And it starts with the apostles, elders, great millstone, their elders. It starts with the ministry of the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Shai, the true words of the Lord through the prophets, through the men of the Lord. All right. And that's causing this society to break down. All right. Causing this society to narrowly look upon narrowly look upon, the wicked Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, especially the J, the small hat. All right. So, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Well, what is it? So Isaiah 47 and 1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne. Right. And that's what you see. That's what you see happening is, all these nations, even Babylon, even America's allies are coming against America because they're all tired of this place. They're all tired of the world police. It says, "Sit on the ground. There is no throne." All these nations are like, dude, you need to take a seat. You need to sit down. You're not the king of the world anymore. You're not the world police anymore. All these nations, all these nations have nuclear capabilities now. It says, "O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Right? It says, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Okay? And that's what's happening. Through this word, Esau's nakedness is being seen, he's being revealed. All right? Through us preaching this word, he's being revealed. That's why all this truth is going out. All right, but only the elect could sing that song. Only the 144,000 could sing that song. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? All mouths shall be stopped. The only, the only ones that'll be left standing, all right, are the elect. Nobody else is gonna have the answers. All right, everybody's gonna be confounded. That's why it talks about, what does it say? Stand in the multitude of your enchantments. Oh, that's in it's in Isaiah. It's in Isaiah 47. It says let me see, 47:9. But I want to just jump to 12 just to be at the point. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right? Because at the end of the day, all these different scientists and different people that make predictions, and that watch for patterns and watch for all these different wizards out here. All right, they're not gonna be able to give an answer. All right, they're gonna be stumped. They're gonna be like, it's just everything just looks bad. Everything is bad. It's all death. Like it's going, and the only ones that are gonna be able to tell you what's going on are the men of the Lord, the prophets, to tell you that that your time is up. It's over. All right, the time of judgment is at hand, where you're gonna pay for all the wickedness that you've done in the earth, all your crimes against humanity, your crimes against so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true Israelites. All right, and all the evil that you've done on the earth. All right, and then this is why everything is going to shit, and it's deeper, um, you know, than these people are able to dig. But hey, it's only for the elect and the 1/3, and then once by the time these people realize that what we've been saying is the truth, man. Starting with our apostles and their elders, down to the least grain, which I hope to be even the least grain. You know, we hope to be. We're the hopeful elect. You know, uh, but yeah, well, we understand what's happening and why it's happening, but there's gonna be a time when you know people are going to actually want to hear the words of the Lord. People that have been denying it, that have been scoffing at it, that have been talking shit, people have been casting it behind them despitefully. You know, all this time, repentance was open unto Israel. You know, and Israel's not just so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Jake was scattered among all the nations. So you have Israelites that look like other nations that don't look like, your average Israelite. But, even them, um, at the end of the day, this word goes throughout the whole earth. And then they that have abused the Lord's way and cast him away despitefully shall be in pitiful case. All right. And it tells you, oh, when judgment comes, you will seek me early. All right, when all hell breaks loose, now you're gonna be looking. Oh, where are those guys? Now you're gonna want to hear the word. Now you're gonna want to understand. You're gonna want to build a relationship. You're gonna want to repent. You're gonna want to do all these things of, you know, that the prophets have been saying to do. All right, that the men of the Lord have been saying to do all this time, and it's gonna be too late. But yeah, just by that's why, dang man, it's just it is. Yeah, that's why that order is to, do a video a day, because that's what's hastening the coming of the Lord, is this word going out. So, you know, as it says in the scriptures, you're going to the marketplace to, you know, turn your talent into more talents. You know, so there's a profit exchange out here, and it's the profiting comes from this word being spoken. All right. This is the work. This is the plow that's being pushed. All right. And it's revealing, the truth unto the world, man. And that's why you see all these things going on. All these, people are turning against the so-called J, you know, turning against Esau, Edom, shameful spewing, all these people, but only the elect have the full understanding. All right. Only the elect have the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you know, and the spirit to believe in those things, in these things. So yeah, what we're doing is very important. It's a very great work that we're doing, by being out there, going out there on the highways and hedges, and just pushing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Just by doing that, just by us speaking this truth into existence, all right, it is destroying this whole, world, this present world. All right, not the earth, not the planet, but this world that we're living in. This fucking simulation, this you know, whatever you want to call it, man. This hellscape is being brought down. Like all these lies and deceits, all the covering cast is being destroyed. Everything's being revealed. All these nations are being revealed. Esau's being revealed, you know. And by the time people begin to realize that this is actually the truth, it's gonna be too late, man. The Lord's gonna take His word off of from off of the earth. He's gonna close the mouths of the prophets, and you people are gonna bug out, man, looking for the word. You know, I believe that's Amos 8 and 11. So with that, hopefully it's edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shemel Shai, by Shem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles, and other great millstones, shalom, soul, fully elect.